Okay, I have here a standard deck of cards. The jokers have been taken out. In fact, we just need 20 cards for what we're going to do today. So I'll go ahead and gather the cards. Now, what I want you to do is I'm going to deal the cards into piles until you say stop, and then we'll move on to the next pile. Now, we only need 20 cards, so I'll probably count as we do that. Okay, so if you were here, you could actually say stop, and I'd go on to the next pile. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, stop, maybe there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, stop. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, stop. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I think that's 20 cards. Now, what I need you to do here is we're going to do something fun to just randomize these cards in a way that I don't think anyone has ever done before. I've never seen it, actually, honestly. So I need you to take any number of cards from here and put them at the bottom of the pile to the right of it. Take any number that you like from here, put it at the bottom of the one to the right. Any number from here, put it at the bottom of the pile at the right. Take any number here and slide it under the final pile, just like that. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and just stack the piles so that no one knows, well, no one knows where anything is at this point for sure. And now I'm going to deal the cards into a 4-hour clock. Oh, sorry about that. I just noticed I'm going off the screen down below. We'll fix that in a second. Apologize for that. There we go. We'll straighten this up. A very small window in which to work here. Okay, so I call this a little 4-hour clock. So what I thought we would do with each of these is mix them. And in fact, what I'm going to do is it's something called the Charlier 1 shuffle. Now, I can include a link in the description below to this shuffle. It's a very useful shuffle. It's called a Charlier 1 shuffle. Okay, very good. Now, we can randomly stack these according to your request. So maybe you want this one first, then that one over here, and then that one on top. That's just fine. Let's go ahead and do this dealing out into piles again, where you tell me to stop. Stop there. Stop there. Okay. Stop. Stop. Very good. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing as before. Now you can choose one card, all the cards, 0 cards, right, to move. So go ahead and choose any cards from here. Place them at the bottom. Very good. Any number whatsoever at the bottom of this one. Okay. Any number here at the bottom of this one. And any number here. Maybe we'll just take one. Put it at the bottom. Okay. And then we'll just kind of stack these. There we go. And I thought we would bring in a 5-hour clock. Kind of a weird number, I guess, for a clock to have. But let's do a 5-hour clock. And here you can stack these piles however you would like. Your choice. Top one first, bottom left, right, far right, okay, bottom right, far left, okay, that really is your choice. And now we can do a final dealing out into piles until you tell me to stop. Stop there, okay, stop just there, that's fine. Stop there, okay, very good. And what do we do is this final little moving of cards from one pile to another. It's kind of an interesting way to go here. So let's see, how many do you want to take? All of those? Okay. Slide those underneath. You want just one here? Okay, that's just fine. You don't want any moved over. Okay, that's just fine. How about over here? That number? Okay, that's just fine. Very good. So let's go ahead and stack those one final time. Okay, very good. And to finish, I thought we would just deal out into a 4-hour clock. That's kind of where we started in some ways. We started with a 4-hour clock, right? And then we did a 5, and then we did a 4 now, okay? So I think we've done enough dealing that you would have to agree that no one could know where anything is. I mean, think about all of the free choices that you were making with stacking the piles in random orders, moving cards from the top of one pile to the bottom of the other, and then just stacking those in a haphazard way. So let's just see where all of your choices, that's important here, your choices have brought us. Okay, In fact, I'm going to have to bring these close together because otherwise we're not going to see them. Okay. Ooh, check that out. I just pulled those off of there. I wonder what these are. No way. Check that out. You got 4 kings, 4 of a kind. How did you do that? What about these here? 2 jacks. There's no way these are jacks. Oh, yes, indeed. Okay, whoa. What about these here? Aces. Very nice. What about these over here? Aces. I don't know how you're doing this. Queens. No way. Queens. Okay, and finally, tens. Tens. How in the world were you able to pull that off? And not only that, look what you've done. You have a royal flush right there. I've already detected a mistake I made at the beginning that I can show you how to not make that mistake. A royal flush there. Almost a royal flush there because somebody doesn't know the difference between a club and a spade. He's a genius. And almost a royal flush there. Okay, so let's talk about how this works. And if you just actually set it up correctly, which apparently I got my spades and clubs mixed up when I was setting up the packet at the beginning. Anyway, that is amazing that you are able to do that. You got 2 royal flushes and 2 straights. And if you set it up correctly, you'll get 4 royal flushes. Okay, so how does this work? Let me just quickly kind of show you how this works. Okay, so what you can do is if you want to put the cards in chased order, club, heart, spade, diamond, and then maybe we can do the jacks next. So we need a jack of clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds, right there. So I'll just show you club, heart, spade, diamond. Very good. And then club, heart, spade, diamond. Okay, now you can randomly stack these packets of 4 cards. You really can. In fact, maybe you don't put them kind of in standard order, you know, like a 10, jack, queen, king, ace or something. Just, you know, kind of scramble them. So maybe I'll put the jack on top of the ace, king on top of the jack, a 10 on top of the king, and then a queen on top of the 10. Okay, so this is the setup at the beginning. Okay, this is the kind of thing that you would set up. So the only thing to watch for is you need a consistent ordering of the suits within each value. Okay, and once again, that's where I got these 2 switched in my little brain. Okay, and then all of these go at the top of the deck. Okay, and then, you know, if you want to pull it out of the box and try to do a better job spreading those. Okay, and then just, you know, talk about how you have a full standard deck of cards here. You've pulled out the jokers. We won't need them. In fact, we will only need 20 cards. So go ahead and just gather the cards. Okay. Don't make a big deal about the fact that, you know, you haven't mixed these cards yet. Now you can, of course, you can always do false mixing if you would like. Okay. So if you know some fancy ways of like mixing cards, on my card handling, card handling list. Let's see, it's called Basic Card Handling for Math Nerds or something like that. I have quite a few. This is a swing cut. Kind of go like this, and then you go like, okay, and you go like that. Okay, so there's a number of ways to supposedly mix the cards and have the spectator believe that they're really beyond the knowledge of anybody. There's nobody who could possibly know where the cards are, right? Okay. So anyway, so they should be back to where they were if I haven't messed them up. Looks like they are. Okay, very good. But you can really just go right into what I did. I told them you need 20 cards. So I just started dealing and said until they said stop. Now it's important for you to keep track of how many because you only want 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now it's kind of nice to have 5 piles, I think, if you want to here. It's not essential, but there's just more ways to stack them in a way that might look kind of haphazard and random when it's not. Okay, so this is the new mixing that I thought of. And if you give it about 30 seconds of thought, you'll realize, oh, yeah, this isn't too hard. What I've done so far is what I've called on my channel, first shall be last, last shall be first. Meaning, if I stack these now in reverse order, it's a packet reversal, what we've done here. We've just reversed the order of the top 20 cards. That's all we've done. But what I thought to do is kind of play off of the free cut principle and allow the spectator to choose any number from here and put it at the bottom of this one and put that one on top. Well, that's not going to have any effect. When we go to stack these from right to left, doing this action right here won't do anything, right? Because these cards here, like if I stack these on top right now, that's the order. Well, whether I move them down here and then put them there, and then these eventually get put there, it's the same thing, okay? So that won't change anything. Same thing here. Move as many to the bottom as you like for each of these. And you could even have kind of a time delay here so that the spectator kind of loses track of like what direction you went. And now it is important to stack from right to left, okay? So all of that action there is a packet reversal. It just reverses the order of the cards. Well, and what we're doing, it doesn't matter. The aces used to be on top. Now they're on the bottom. The queens are on the bottom. Now they're on the top. It doesn't matter. It hasn't broken up our card values, our sets of 4. Okay. So that's something I did, which I've never seen anyone do before, and it's probably worth practicing and learning. It gives the spectator a lot of choices where they think, oh man, if I had chosen a different number of cards to cut from the top of that one packet, it would have changed everything. Well, that's not true actually. It wouldn't have made any difference. Okay, and then from here, well, let's just do it face up here. I mean, just see what's going on. So I'm going to, this is what I did. I dealt out into 4 piles. All right, 4 piles. Well, what's happening? Well, we're just spreading out those cards, right? Queens at one level, the 10s at the next. Well, it doesn't matter how you stack these. It really doesn't. That's why I allowed random stacking here. Okay. In fact, why don't we do the rest of the routine, I guess, face up. Then I think we did another one of these. You remember? We dealt out and so stop, like that. Okay. And now I should have mentioned you need to stack these eventually from right to left. But depending on how you pick them up, it may look like you're not quite doing that. You're doing something different when you're not. Okay. So first off, let's do a little packet move. Okay, we put those there. Any number from here to the bottom of the one to the right, any number here to the bottom, on the bottom of the other one, and then a number to the bottom of that one, okay? So on one of the stackings, what I did was I just went like that, okay? And then you could go like this and then go like that. It's the same thing as just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So it really accomplishes the same thing, but it makes it look more random. Okay, and now we're going to deal into 5 piles. Sorry, I keep going off the camera. I need to watch the camera here. Well, look what's happening. It's putting them back in piles of the same value. Okay. Can we randomly stack these? Of course. We can stack these however we like. Now, this will dictate the order in which they're revealed at the end, but that doesn't matter, actually. And then finally, from there, we did one more of these funny little things, right? I probably should come up with a name for this. The name for the first shall be last, the last shall be first, is FL squared F. But I call this one is FL squared F asterisk, like modified or something. Okay. Okay, so we can move any number from here to the bottom. Any from the top here to the bottom of the one on the right, any number here. In fact, on one of them I said, you don't want to move any? That's fine. Then we went on to the next one. It won't hurt anything. And then move those there. So you can think of a few different stackings here. I mean, you could go like that, and then like this, and then the final one, hopefully, hopefully I wasn't so messy that sorry about that. I wasn't so messy that I destroyed the order of things. Looks like it's still okay there, but okay. So stack those, however you like. If you want to just go from right to left, that's fine. Now, it is important that they be stacked from right to left. I guess I really need to emphasize that. Whatever like variation of which ones you pick up first, you've got to stack those piles from right to left. Otherwise, this won't work. And when you do that, it's a packet reversal, okay? And it won't hurt the structure here because it's symmetric. Okay, and now we're essentially done. You just deal out into 4 piles. Sorry about that, 4 piles. Now, of course, the cards would be face down, right? I'm just doing this so you can see what's going on. Here you go. And then you could slowly reveal. Now, this time, because I didn't mess up, so what you'll reveal in the end is you'll reveal these, let's come over here. So you'll reveal like an ace there, and then up here, an ace here, right? And then aces here, and then queens and so forth, right? Sorry about that. Oh man, we're really having a hard time keeping everything from flying all over the place. Okay, but the point is, I'm losing track of where things are here. Oh, you saw what happened. I must have combined. What happened here, guys? I slid one pile or something. Okay, I'm really making a mess here. Apologize for that. Okay, so these would go here. And, oh, I slid the wrong one over. Apologies. And then these would go here and so forth. Okay. And then these would go right there. These would go right here. These would go right there. And then these would go right here. Okay. Sorry about that. That was very messily done. But you'll notice that this time you'll get 4 royal flushes. Okay. Now, when you go to do this, you'll have a bigger area to work with, so you won't have to be so cramped. But if you put them in the correct order at the beginning, you will finish with 4 royal flushes. Okay. So what's kind of fun is there's 2 punches to the reveal. First off, you're matching at each level each of the card values, which in and of itself is quite remarkable. And then in the end, once you reveal all of those different levels, you've actually organized them into cards of the same suit, giving you 4 royal flushes. Amazing. Okay, anyway, that's the effect. So try that out and try out this new little mixing procedure where you deal out into piles till the spectator says stop, and then take a number of cards from the top pile and slip it underneath the one to the right. Same thing, repeat that, and then stack from right to left and you'll be fine. So following these steps, this will work for you every time. So this is a very simple effect, but I thought I would share it here. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.